I'm single.
I am currently single.
I am in a relationship.
I'm not in a relationship, I am single.
Oh, I enjoy being single. I like my independence. I think it's important to have a relationship. It's not necessarily now in my life at this point in time that I want a relationship, but I think it is important down the track. In terms of fuck buddies, I guess everyone has needs, so it's good to have those.
I am in a monogamous relationship, and being in a relationship I feel is important for me to have the stability and somebody who cares for me.
For me, having a partner isn't, I guess, the be-all and end-all of life. I mean, if I am lucky enough to find someone that I do want to spend the rest of my life with, I'm not going to turn it away. But I guess for me, it's more about being happy with myself and I guess kind of sounding like a bit of a hippie, being my own best friend. I'll be honest, I'm a bit of a man whore, so I'm not going to lie. I do have quite a lot of casual sex partners, hence why I get checked so frequently. Better safe than sorry. But it's not kind of like, I think most of the time not having to see them again is quite cool. You just kind of have sex, you both get what you want. But at the same time, sometimes it is nice to just hang out and have a chat with someone. But yeah.
So I think it's important to have either a relationship or a casual partner. For me, I haven't found anyone to have a relationship with. So, you know, I would say I have casual partners. Sounds a bit of a slut. Yeah, I think it's a good thing that, you know, you get to have casual partners and, you know, meet up with different people. But, you know, on the same token, you've got to remember that even if you're using apps such as Grindr to meet these people, you've got to remember that they have feelings, and you know there's a respect. You know, they're not just emotionless like the mobile in your hand. You know, and it's good to remember that and to treat everyone, you know, with a bit of respect and not use them as some sexual object.
So when it comes to relationships, I think what's important is whether it's just a long-term relationship or you're seeing someone or it's just casual one-night sex. I think the most important thing is trust. I'm trying to be selective so I don't blast my ex.
To make a relationship work, I think that the most important factors are trust, honesty, communication, as well as independence.
Factors I feel are important to make a relationship work would be honesty, communication, and just caring for each other.
Yeah, the factors within any type of relationship are mainly honesty, respect, and commitment to that person. Whether you're gay or straight, it doesn't really matter. You know, you got to give them respect, and you got to remember at the end of the day that person does have feelings, and you need to respect that and be wary of that, and yeah, love them for who they are.
If I could get married and someone could handle all this for the rest of their life, I'd definitely get married.
I don't personally feel that I would get married if I could, but I feel that the option should be there for people who do.
Would I get married if I could? I most certainly would, if I love the person, you know, wholeheartedly, and you know, respect them and all the rest of it. Yeah, I would, but I wouldn't get married if it was, you know, just for the sake of getting married. I think that's a bit insulting to the, you know, the whole institution of marriage.
I would get married if I had the chance, if I was in a loving relationship and we were at that point in time as a couple. However, I want the right to marry at this point in time. I think that's what I'm advocating for at the moment in terms of marriage equality. It's not so much that I have a partner to get married to at the moment, but I want that choice. and that option.
So how I normally meet guys in my area, pretty typical, grinder. or mostly for just sex, it's grinder. But when it's more casual friends hanging out, it's kind of, I guess you get referred. Meet through other friends.
How do I meet other gay people in my area? Well, most commonly would be Grindr app, but mostly through uni, funnily enough, which I've made like a lot of friends, and I met other gay and lesbian people within the social groups, and I find that more rewarding, seeing them in person than talking to them on an app. It's just a different experience. It's a more positive experience. I think with Grindr or any dating app, it's more of a robotic response. Each time they talk to you, it's just the layout is all the same of conversation. But in person, it's just so much more different, and it's better.
Well, I met my partner through Facebook, but I guess in smaller rural areas you might use apps and word of mouth.
In Dubbo, I would meet other gay guys, typically a few years back through Grindr. That's probably the most common, I guess, where all the gay guys go to. But as I was saying, there's a lot of changes within Dubbo, and there's support groups now in terms of social support. So that's where I meet most of the gay guys now.
So I think advice for someone who's wanting a boyfriend, it's one of those things that I guess if you look for it, it's kind of harder to find. So just kind of don't stress if you don't have one. It's your relationship status doesn't define you. But if you're looking for it, just kind of be patient and don't settle for something that you may not be happy with, but it's there, so you just want it.
Relationship advice I'd give to young gay men, such as myself, would be to not settle for second best and be happy with who you are and look for someone who you want to be with. There's nothing more important, because if you want to spend the rest of your life with, then you'd want to be someone who you actually want to love and stand by. And
My advice to young people that might want a relationship, in particular in a regional area, is be yourself. Be true to yourself. Don't compromise your morals and your values and who you are just to suit somebody else. I think that's the most important thing.
So I think living in a rural area and being gay, it's just kind of one of those things where I guess it is what it is. There's nothing you can do to really change either being gay or living in a rural area. You just kind of got to be okay with who you are and be comfortable in your own skin.
The only advice I would give to young guys in small rural areas would be seek out your closest headspace, because they do a good job.
So I think as a young gay man in a regional rural area, I think it's great to see the changes that are occurring. So typically there's a lot of focus on metropolitan and areas in terms of support, and that's where all the gay guys go when they are finally able to. So I think it's great to see the changes in regional and rural areas.
anything personally I'd like to add would be to support each other. Unity is the best thing that's ever happened with any social group. You can only get a positive from unity. So, yeah.